trap again. Resistors to maintain signal fidelity between host and guest. Though who knows if it can hold off that leering horror from the other side. However, the most critical component is the least reliable. The oniric medium to carry the frequency. Noon. Two nights prior, I feared she was lost permanently. Another transposition, which lasted longer than any previous episode. Only as the sun rose did her body return, manifesting in the south wing courtyard. Ever since, Noon's been confined to her room under continuous observation. He must have let her go. Why? Huh. To toy with me, so that I might feel powerless. 𝙏𝙗𝙚 gaze. The moonlight hits the painting, recalling our first session. Yes. The image is clearer than ever. She will be my astrolabe, my guiding instrument to locate distant shores across an ethereal ocean. If I cannot get to the ferryman, she will bring him to me. Take your leave, with my thanks.
Now what? Oh, it's you.
How are we this evening? That's a first? You've got nothing to say?
Don't feel like talking.
To anyone or to me?
Do you see anyone else?
That's your prerogative. Nonetheless, I came to listen.
No, you never really listen. No flour or cake this time? To buy me over?
I shouldn't have told you.
You don't believe that. I know your lies well enough by now. Mum once said that keeping the truth from others can't change it.
Even if it spares unnecessary pain? The growth is likely benign, harmless.
No, not knowing hurt me more. I didn't know a tumour was growing in my brain, but I felt it this whole time. You're fibbing again. It's not benign at all, is it?
I don't know. What I do know is that the body often knows something's wrong before the mind. The key is learning how to tune into its station, to listen.
That's your specialty, counsellor.
And now is the time to open our eyes and ears to your body. The time to let me in.
I'm rather done with machines, with tests and with you.
It will work, this apparatus. Finishing it has stretched the bounds of my knowledge, which I vowed from day one. It holds the capacity to connect our brains so that I may see through you into the nowhere. I can help you like I've always promised, but only if I can speak to the ferryman.
Who?
The candleman.
No, you said ferryman. Why did you call him ferryman? That's what she called him, isn't it? Cece. She saw him too.
That's why he's the only one who can help me understand.
Understand what?
Everything!
I've been poked at, studied, talked at, and hooked up to medical machines, and for what? For... my head. A fire burns in there, and I want to sleep. But I'm afraid at the same time, and that nurse is always interrupting.
My machine requires you to be asleep, Noon. The dormant brain generates theta waves, patterns which the device uses to align neural pathways through a computer interface. Once our brain waves are tuned, well, Do you remember when we considered mutual dreaming? This facilitates that experience.
I don't understand anything you just said.
We can face your monsters together.
This machine, it means I get to sleep.
Deeper than ever before.
Metal spider webs.
What? Oh, these are resonator caps. One for each of us. The mesh of filaments transmit electrical pulses between our brains via the interface. Non-invasive, harmless. I'll put mine on first to show you.
I've changed my mind. I want to go.
There's no going back. Some sweets to put yourself at ease. Take them.
3. I don't want any. My stomach feels so ill.
Take them.
All right.
As you drift off, let's start as we always have. Where did you travel the other night? Last time you slept?
As soon as I closed my eyes, I drifted through an endless dark. After what felt like hours, I found myself in a musty, cluttered room. Mountains of patterned fabrics piled against the walls. A long wooden table was covered in scraps and tools, and a machine whirred behind the closed door across from me. A familiar, faint smell. Candy apples and enchanting sad music. Against one wall was a rack packed with clothes. Too big for me, but just right for the armless, faceless mannequins around the room. They even wore outfits already. A white wedding dress splashed with dark stains. A purple suit and red bow tie. On a third mannequin, a black velvet cloak. At the foot of a table, I discovered a wooden chest and lifted the lid to see it stuffed with smaller outfits. A doctor's coat, a pink tutu and shoes, and a yellow raincoat.
Yellow? Was anyone else around?
Only the puppet.
What puppet?
Up. On the table, among spools of thread and needles and bits of ribbon, rusty shears stuck through his torso, pinning him down. I could almost feel the blades myself. He had a wide face, painted with a wide downturned mouth, sagging cheeks, glimmering black eyes. Twine with frayed edges dangled from his arm. The only one he had. His clothes were rough worn, dressed like one of those carnival people at Rusty's show. I leaned in to get a closer look and jolted to life, grabbing my leg. He yanked until I fell and struggled to break free, kicking at him, but he held tight to my ankle. Reaching for a nearby bottle, I smashed it into his head. He let go, and when he stopped moving, so did the music. I jumped off the table into the wooden chest from before. With the lid shut, I spied through the keyhole. A new kind of mannequin in a beautiful dress stood in the doorframe, her back to me.
Sleep your distinctive sleep.
Her little movements were stiff, mechanical. Her body was still while her neck began to twist. Her hair was
Ceviche clásico, solo con
too
pescado.
shimmery.
Falta pulpo.
Her lips
Y camarón.
too
Camarón
wet.
sí hay.
Clásico mixto.
Eyes
Ceviche, mejor con peso.
too glassy. Or too elegant to be real or fully fake. When her neck turned all the way, she saw the puppet on the table, the broken bottle. She started jittering. I burrowed into the costumes, trying to make myself invisible. She opened the chest, removed a tan trench coat, sewing closed a tear along one seam. Like the nowhere had been sewing the pieces of me back together, strong again. Pain-free.
She's nearly out.
I tucked away. She took out a gunny sack. One slit. I would be next. No escape.
Arroz con pollo cubano.
El auténtico boricua.
Estás mal. Es mexicano. Rojo, con jitomate.
De donde sea, arroz con pollo, mejor con Pepsi.
Forever.
She's reached the hypnagogic threshold. I'm connecting our neural relays before she crosses. Harmonizing the frequencies, then I can put myself to sleep.
Someone's opening the chest. Right now.
What? She can't be there yet. It's too soon. can't see
There's
him.
nothing to see. The perfect lady's gone. Only the dark. All around. I can't even see my hand in front of me. Asleep and awake. Both at once.
It appears so. Normally this occurs only under certain conditions. Yet somehow that's happened now. It's better than I'd hoped for. Don't do anything yet.
I was wrong. It's not darkness. It's a kind of mist. A mist so black and thin it only half exists. Oh. That's where I am. The halfway place.
And that's for sure. Wait for me now. Wait.
I've been here before. With the candleman.
Close your eyes. Don't move.
I can't. I'm sinking and floating. There's no floor. Only the mist spreading its fingers so I can see myself. As if rebuilding me piece by piece. And above me, or below, the brightest stars you've ever seen, twinkling as a million islands would. I feel I've been going for ages, yet I'm not tired at all. A shape in the distance. An outline of a door. Do you see it?
No, listen. You must wait for me. I'll be there soon. Do not go towards that door without me. I'm so close.
Whichever way I turn, the door is straight ahead. I'm getting nearer. It's ancient. The color of twilight, made of knotted wood. Oh. No, it's a liquid. Or both at the same time. And the frame. It squirms all about. And there's no doorknob. Only the shape at the center. The shape of an eye.
What was that? Someone at the door?
Come in. But on that side note, there you are.
You can see me?
Not you. Him. Listen.
I can almost hear his presence. Almost.
Can you tell me yet? Why me?
Who are you? Did you take my city?
Only youth blooms, petals pure, but uprooted, spoils wait within.
In the door. Where are we going?
No, stop. Is she in there? Where is my sister?
A world as wide as the deep, and narrow as the well.
I'm stepping through.
I need her.
Sink into these tideless
taken my hand, welcoming me to the other side of the door. The stairs here go every direction at once. Otto, if only you could see it. More stars, constellations and rings around a pulsing red moon. No, not a moon. Not stars either. They're all eyes too. Every size and shape you could imagine. Watchful, shimmering, blinking, their light dripping down into the dark mist. I feel them looking at me, into me. And they like what they see.
Don't let the door close. Leave the girl. Please leave her with me.
The counselor, he wants to come.
Too long in the tooth. I feed the spectrum's other end.
I don't understand. Oh, he's been talking to you this whole time.
I've heard this. All my life I've waited. Let me cross her. You hear me? Invite me to your...
Otto says,
A toe dipped, but to plunge you must be pushed.
the door's changing now. Thumping. No, it's the image in the frame that's changing. A blur of faces. Children. And... I'm sorry, Counselor. The door's drifting away from us.
Howard, I need to know. Tell me how to cross. Tell me.
A quarter will be granted. The toll set in torments, not yet paid.
I will give whatever you want.
Sleep. Sleep now, Ruth. Sleep into nowhere.
Take my hand again. Not you. The Candleman. I'll be lost without him.
I need to see my sissy again.
The smoky fingers are mixing with the blinking eyes. And the moon is opening up, swirling all around. I feel like me again.
Give away! Give away! Do not go without him! Give away!
But it's still there. Why is it still here? That darkness. That's the secret. It hides in this place. My body knew all along.
Where are you? No! Please! Not again. She abandoned me. She wanted to get away. From me. Oh, Sissy, did you abandon me too? No, of course not. You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have. How could you leave your little brother behind? Oh, no, you wouldn't have. I swear I could hear what she was hearing. Couldn't I? The ferryman. He said, a quarter will be granted? For whom? And a toll was to be paid? To enter the nowhere? Is that right? It could have been meaningless drivel. Another trick. Oh, if only I could sink lower and lower, all the way down, until I wake up again. What a terrifying burden this is, knowing the laws of space and time are blithe to themselves. Her dream still lingers within me, descended upon my being and into the county's. I've done nothing but weigh his words over and over. If the ferryman spoke some arcane truth, there's another way to cross the threshold. And when I do, the path will have been paved with bricks of fear. I will review every tape, uncover every secret. The answers lie therein. So nearly, so nearly was I swept away. Ethan, you shouldn't be out of your room. Oh, somnambulism. Your dreams have led you to me, then? You're sleepwalking, that's all. A common parasomnia in children. But if it's a new symptom, that could indicate something has changed. What? Oh, the mess. I was looking for something I lost. But I think I've just found it. Let's get you back to sleep now. And tomorrow, together, we'll dream and dream and dream until we sleep again anew. Hold on, before you go. Take one, my good boy. That's right. Sweets for my sweet.
Just listened to the last episode of The Sounds of Nightmares, based on Little Nightmares from Bandai Namco Europe. This episode was written by Eugene Myers and Lonnie Nadler. The series is produced by Louis Creative, which is part of the Louis Media Group. Our writers are Mike Bambridge, aka Super Horror Bro, It's Just Jord, Eugene Myers, Lonnie Nadler, and Supermassive Games. Editorial supervision by 𝙏𝙝𝙚 𝙀𝙏 and Lonnie Nadler. Noon is played by Amy Pursehouse and Otto by Kester Lovelace. Bonnie Nadler is our showrunner.